Well, I don't think there's much the Russians can do to prevent it. I don't think they're going to get into a fight over Greenland. What's going on here is, in large part, a consequence of the Ukraine war. I don't think that most people realize this, but as a result of the Ukraine war, we, in effect, picked a fight with Russia. And Russia and the United States are both mortal enemies, and we're both physically located, even without Greenland, in the Arctic. Furthermore, as a result of the Ukraine war, Finland and Sweden have joined NATO. That means of the 8 countries that are physically located in the Arctic, 7 of them are NATO countries. Now, this is a huge problem for the Russians because there's all this activity, this new activity up in the Arctic because the ice is melting. So what the Russians have done, they didn't want to do this, but we in effect forced their hand, is they've invited the Chinese to go up to the Arctic with the Russians.
Oh, my goodness.
The fact that there are 7 NATO countries out of the 8 up there. So what you have is an area of increasing strategic concern where the Russians are nervous and the Russians have invited the Chinese in. And of course, we're getting nervous as well because we understand the importance of the Arctic. So it's not that surprising that Trump is talking about taking Greenland.
Do you subscribe to the theory that some of your colleagues on the show, for whom I know you have a lot of respect, and it's a bilateral respect, of course, have, which is that Trump is anticipating an embarrassing and humiliating American defeat in Ukraine and will divert attention from that humiliation to some other triumph, whether it's the seizure of Greenland, the seizure of the Panama Canal, or even attacking Iran?
I think that's possible, even likely. But I think even if you didn't have the impending Ukraine disaster, Trump would still be doing this. Trump is Trump. He's a master showman, and he is at the helm, or shortly will be at the helm, of the most powerful state on the planet. And he's come to recognize that he can say almost anything and get away with it. And given his basic personality, he does shoot off at the mouth all the time. So I think even without Ukraine, he would be doing this. But nevertheless, he does face a huge problem here, and that is that Joe Biden has successfully kicked the can down the road, much the way Trump kicked the can down the road on Afghanistan, and it ended up in Biden's lap. Ukraine now ended up in Trump's lap. And when it all goes to hell in a handbasket, all the Democrats and all the anti-Trump people are going to point their finger at Trump and say he failed. It was a massive disaster for the United States, and he's responsible.